So this part of the screencast is going to demonstrate how unit test coverage and the testing gate is going to work. So first I'm just going to walk you through the unit test code that we've written. So like we showed, like the functionality that is involved in our app.js. So there is just one test case that we are demonstrating for now, which is the check string length function. So what it does is like it checks the length of the uh, check the length of the string, and if the length is 0, then it returns 0, and any other length it would return 1. So so let's just say that we want to fail this build, and let's say I pass ABC and then I expect the length to be equal to 0. I mean, ideally it's something wrong with the test case, but let's just assume that this is what the expected behavior is. This is just to fail the test case. So I'm going to go to Jenkins, and first I'm going to configure Jenkins quickly. So the first part of the screencast was just up till npm install, and so now we're gonna just add npm test. So it is gonna run the unit test, and that is it. So now we try to push. Alright, so we just pushed, and let's see what the next comment is. Alright, so here it is. So I'm assuming it to fail. So for the next step, we're gonna make sure that this test case passes. So since the length is 3 in this case, the function check string length is going to return 1, and hence the test case should pass. Alright, so here's the build failure that and which was resulted. So oh, I think I misspelled this. So earlier we had spelled npm incorrectly, hence we had got incorrect failure result. So this is what should have happened. So and I built it again, and this time npm test ran, and as you can see, the test case could not pass, and therefore the build failed. So our build had failed due to incorrect test cases. So we just updated the test case, and right now we expect the check string length method to pass 1 because the length is greater than 0. So since this is fixed, and we just want to try and push this code and check if the build was successful or not. And if the build was successful, then going to look at test coverage.sh file, which is going to look at the coverage. And if the coverage is lesser than 90%, then the build is going to fail. So these two steps would incorporate the requirements for the test gate. Just a second, I just pull that up. Alright, so the testing gate would be would be taken care of, by the test coverage.sh file. So I'll quickly go and push something. So right now my branch is working directory is clean, so I'm just gonna add a comment here just to have something to push, and then I'm gonna just okay. So this is the build that we're looking at right now. So we expect the test case to pass, but the coverage report, but the coverage should be lesser than. So right now our coverage stands at around 77 or 78%, and therefore the 90% criterion would make this build fail. So in the meantime, we'll just go and fix the coverage issue. So like we said, like our coverage right now is. So I had to pause for a while. So going back to, so we just fixed this coverage issue from 90 to 75, and we're gonna push it again. So before that, let's just see what happened with the result. So it's still building. So we're just gonna have a look at the console. So as you can see, the test case passed, but and we got the coverage report, and this is the main.js file, similar to what we did in homework too, and we got the coverage report. So our coverage stands at 76.92%, and since we had the criteria of 90% earlier, the build failed. So now we made a change. Just confirm that the change is made, and now we're gonna try and push this commit. Right, so we just made the change, and now our coverage criteria is that if the coverage is better than 75%, then the code and the build would be accepted successfully. So, so these are the two aspects that we are covering in the video. So first aspect was unit testing. So this was the unit test that we included to check one function. And then we also have a main.js file similar to the one in the homework. So this we are again using as um, using the similar code, but this time the code would try to parse the app.js file. So we are trying to cover primarily the functions such as check string length and check special characters and so on. So right, so this is the build that just happened, and let's just look at the console output. So the build was success. So this time everything was fine. The test case ran correctly, and the output was as expected, and the coverage was also expected. We wanted coverage to be better than 75%, and it was indeed better. So there was nothing wrong with the build, and hence the build was successful.